The visiting team on the scoreboard. The Saints are coached by Alex Pribble. His assistants are Dave Granucci, Adam Ellis, and Mike Hayward. Let's meet the St. Martin's starters. Starting at forward, a 6'7" senior, number 5, Matt Dolan. At forward, a 6'7" junior, number 11, Jordan Kitchen. Starting at guard, a 6'4" junior, number 15, Brett Fairlocker. At guard, a 6'1" redshirt junior, number 22, E.J. Boyd. And at guard, a 6'4" junior, number 24, Luke Chavez. And now, fans, up on your feet. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups for your Seattle Pacific Falcons. The Falcons are coached by Grant Lee. His assistants are Kevin Bone, Matt Portman, and George Parker. Let's meet your Falcons starters. First of all, starting at forward, a 6'5" junior, number 2, Coleman Wooten. At forward, a 6'8" junior, number 30, Nathan Streifer. Starting at guard, a 5'9" junior, number 10, Nikhil Lazat. At guard, a 6-foot sophomore, number 22, Gabe Colostimo. And at guard, a 6'5" sophomore, number 33, Gavin Long.
And a very good evening to everybody, and welcome in to Royal Brome Pavilion on the campus of Seattle Pacific University, downtown Seattle. Tom Gianella here with you one more time as we get set for some GNAC men's basketball. Tonight it's the SPU men against the St. Martin Saints. The Falcons come into this game coming off a tough loss against Western Oregon. They were ahead in that game in the final 2 minutes after trailing all night long against the Wolves, but they couldn't hang on and win. They lost that game 79-83, so they are now 10-5 overall, 5-3 in the GNAC. They are in third place behind Western Oregon and Western Washington. And St. Martin's, they are 11-5, 4-4 in the GNAC, and they have lost 3 out of their last 5, but they did beat Concordia on Saturday. Falcons 4-2 at home, St. Martin's 4-2 on the road. Falcons in the home white after they win the opening tip. St. Martin's in the black. As Long kicks it out to Nikhil Lazat, shoots a deep 2, and it's good. So the Falcons start off with points, and they lead it 2-0 as Lazat puts SPU on the board. Falcons attacking from left to right on your screen in this first half. The Saints going from right to left. On the floor right now for the Falcons, you have Coleman Wooten, Nikhil Lazat, Gabe Colosimo, Nathan Stroyfer, Gavin Long. For the Saints, 3-point attempt here, no good for number 5, Matt Dolan. Matt Dolan's on the floor for them, along with Jordan Kitchen, Rhett Bearloker, E.J. Boyce, and Luke Chavez. Falcons led by head coach Grant Leap in his second year on the job as the head man. And the Saints, as you see Stroyfer try the reverse layup, no good, but Long is there with the tap in. They make it 4-0. Saints are led by Alex Pribble. He is in his third year coaching the Saints of St. Martin's. Luke Chavez swings it out right to Kitchen. Hands it off to Boyce. Now passes right to Kitchen, or Bearloker, and now it's Kitchen inside. Tries the reverse against Wooten, no good. Rebound going to Dolan. Shot clock not reset. He kicks it out to Chavez. Shot on the way, good from perimeter range. It's a 2-pointer for him, and it's 4-2. So St. Martin's on the scoreboard for the first time in this contest. Falcons up 2, and Lazat to Wooten. And now this is Long. Long heading to the right. Kicks it out. Wooten fakes against Kitchen, trying to come in, gets his footing, and he lays it up, no good. Rebound, out of bounds. Last touch off the Saints, and the Falcons keep it. And they get a fresh 30 seconds to work with. They'll have to inbound from the baseline, though. The officials in this game, by the way, are Stephen Summers, Matt Mason, and Robert Holloway. And here's Lazat giving it over to Colosimo. Over to Lazat, left side. And he lost the ball against Chavez. And here's Chavez as he bounces it in transition. The layup no good for Boyce, but flying in there was Kitchen to get the tap in for the Saints, and it's 4-4. And now Colosimo. That ball broken up by Kitchen out of bounds. Falcons keep it. Saints make a substitution, their first of the game here. Number 21, Tavian Henderson, checks in for Bear Loker. Henderson, a 6'5 freshman from Vallejo, California. And now in there going for the layup was Stroyford. Couldn't make it, but he is fouled on the way up. Foul that time going on Dolan. That's his first. And that's the team's first as well with 17:31 to play in the first half. Stroyford to the line. He shoots two. First shot on the way, good. Stroyford had a night to forget from the free throw line on Saturday. Went just 2 for 8, but he starts out here 1 for 1 as Jared Matthews checks in for St. Martin's. He checks in for Dolan. Second shot up and good here for Stroyford, so that makes it 6-4. And now here comes Chavez, left side. Now he gives it up to Matthews. Matthews posting up, lost the ball, picks it back up, and he gives it to Kitchen. And now this is Boyce with the ball. 9 to shoot. Boyce heading to the left, shoots a 3. It's short, and the rebound gets into the hands of Colosimo. Colosimo trying to start the Falcons in transition here. Colosimo hands it off Lazat. Lazat coming in to his left. Now he goes to Long, shakes and bakes to the left, has a clear lane to the hoop, and he lays it in easily off the glass with the left hand. So Long has 4 early, and it's 8-4. Chavez with the ball over to Kitchen, and they work it right to Boyce. Now it's Kitchen again. He shoots, and that's no good. Would have been a 3 if it had gone in. Here comes Colosimo for the Falcons after getting the rebound. And he hands it off to Long. Long passes left. This is Colosimo. Colosimo to Lazat. Lazat dribbling left hand. Can't get past all the traffic. He gets hit. And he draws the foul. Foul that time going on Henderson, and that's his first. Team second. And now it's going to be 2 shots for Lazat. Lazat, very good free throw shooter normally, 52 of 58 on the year, 89.7%, and he makes the first here. Some substitutions for both sides, 3 substitutions for St. Martin's, 2 for the Falcons. We'll get them all straightened out for you as soon as we get them all counted here. As Lazat makes the first. So in the game for St. Martin's, as Lazat makes the second free throw, you have Dolan, Bear Loker, and number 20, B.J. Standley in for Matthews, Kitchen, and then Chavez. Or check that, Kitchen at Matthews and Chavez. And then for the Falcons, you have Olsen and Harry Cavill. Braden Olsen, Harry Cavill for Coleman Wooten, Gabe Colosimo. And we're going to get a foul here underneath on the Falcons on that shot attempt. Coming inside there was Dolan. And the foul this time going on Long, and that's his first personal first team. Timeout on the floor. And comes with less than 16 minutes to play first half. Falcons lead 9-4. A couple free throws coming up here, though, for St. Martin's when we come out of the timeout. So we're ready for free throws here. It was actually not number 5, but number 15, Rhett Bearlocker, who got fouled. So Bearlocker will go to the line here, or Bearlocker, excuse me. Bearlocker going to the line. He shoots 2. First shot on the way and good for him. Bearlocker, 6'4", junior from Missoula, Montana. Second free throw coming up for him is on the way, and it's up and good, and that makes it 9-6. So Bearlocker on the scoreboard for the first time. Bearlocker, excuse me. We'll get it right. Bearlocker on the scoreboard for the first time with those 2 free throws. Wooten with the ball, top of the circle. He goes to Olson. Wooten with it. Passes left to Colosimo. Colosimo heading to his left, and he stepped out of bounds, I think. Nope, it's going to be a foul. Offensive foul. Away from the ball, and it comes on Stroifert, and that's his first. Team second. Each team now with 2 fouls apiece. Here's B.J. Standley with the ball, and offensive foul as he knocks over Braden Olson. So Olson takes one for the team there, well outside the restricted area. Actually, it was away from the ball because they called it on Dolan. So no charge on Standley, but an offensive foul. And Dolan called for his second foul, checks out of the game, and Jared Matthews comes in for him. On the St. Martin side, Stroifert, that really, Cabell wasn't where he would need to be, but he got it in the corner, and now here's Olson being basically triple teamed, and now he throws it off the side of the backboard, but Colosimo gets it, and he somehow gets through the middle, and he's able to lay it in just as they drew it up. Standley with it, 11-6 now. Colosimo on the scoreboard for the first time. Boyce as Matthews, and now it's Standley to Bearlocker. Bearlocker left side in the corner. Now it's Matthews. Back to Standley, 7 to shoot. Crosses over, gets away from Olson, and Stroifert blocks it cleanly from behind. Out of bounds, just 3 seconds to go on the shot clock. And no foul on Stroifert. So the Saints will have to inbound here from the baseline. Looks like it's Standley on the inbound. He's got to get in 5 seconds or less, and that pass is broken up. Got in the hands of Bearlocker, and he threw it up, but he couldn't hit rim, and it's a shot clock violation on the Saints. Nice job by the Falcons on defense. As Luke Chavez checks in the game for the Saints, E.J. Boyce checks out, and now the Falcons get another turn on offense as Colosimo takes it. Colosimo to Olson. Braden Olson right side against Standley. Goes to Wooten. Now he goes left side. Now this is Cabell driving right. Tries to scoop and score. He can't, but he got hit on the way up, and he'll go to the line. Foul this time, number 4 on the Saints in this half, going on Bearlocker, and that's his first. 2 shots coming up here for Mr. Cabell, who this year is just 27 of 40 from the line, good for 67.5%. First free throw up and good for him. And now Hunter Eisenhower checks in for the Falcons. He will come in for Stroifert. Eisenhower in for the first time. 6'5" senior from Wasilla, Alaska. And now, second free throw coming up here for Cabell. Falcons up 12-6 early on against the Saints and make it 13-6 as Cabell hits that second free throw. And now it's going to be Standley with it, front court. Standley bounces it over to Chavez. Chavez swings it left to Henderson, and now it's going to be Bearlocker. Bearlocker in trouble against Cabell, so he'll give it to Matthews, and now they work it to Henderson, and now with 9 to shoot, coming in is Bearlocker. And now this is Standley, kicks it out, and it's a 3-point attempt, and up and good for Bearlocker. So that makes it 13-9, yet St. Martin's within 4. Standley the assist there off the kick out. And now Eisenhower to Wooten. Olson heading left off the pick, and he kicks it out. Eisenhower, chance for 3, and he can't make it. It's short of the target. Standley the rebound. Here's Chavez, hands it off to Henderson, and now it's Chavez slowing it down for a moment. Now he heads to the right, past Colosimo, has an angle, shoots no good, off the rim, And the rebound going to Olson. Olson hustling in transition. Olson's able to almost go all the way and score. And now we're going to get a foul on the Falcons. Foul on Coleman Wooten here, his first. As Gavin Long checks in for the Falcons, he comes in for Colosimo. So almost a great fast break transition basket there for Olson, but he couldn't finish. Stanley with the ball now. Stanley heading left. Goes to the middle with Matthews. He bounces it to Henderson, back to Matthews. Now Bearlocker heading right. A whistle here and a foul on the Falcons. That'll be number 4 on them in the half. And shot clock will be reset to 20 seconds. No shooting foul. Foul this time on Eisenhower, his first. And now Kitchen checks back in for the Saints. He comes in for Henderson. Inbounds pass coming up here. And it goes to Stanley. Stanley coming in against Long. Can't get it to go in. It went in and out. Cavill's there to get the rebound. Back the other direction now. Cavill hands it off. Olson passing left to Eisenhower, and then he gets it back. Wooten against Kitchen. Shakes and bakes, heads in left, tries to scoop and score, and he walked. So Coleman Wooten turns it over. Still scoreless here in this first half for him. And now the inbounds for Stanley. So he gets it from Kitchen. Stanley heading to his left. And now this is Matthews, top of the circle. Whistle here. And we get an offensive foul, it looks like. Foul's on Kitchen, and that's his first, team's 5th. Comes away from the ball, and the Falcons will inbound here. Olson got it from Cavill. Olson against Stanley. Eisenhower, top of the circle, passes left. Cavill coming in, dribbling left hand along the baseline. Can't get the layup to go in, but he is fouled on the way up as Chavez hits him. And it's going to be the 6th foul on the Saints, first on Chavez. And now it's going to be Cavill at the line for 2. So we're not even 8 minutes into this game, and we have 10 combined fouls. Could be a long night if the referees call it this tight and the teams want to get this physical with each other. Cavill makes the first free throw. Makes it 14-9. Second free throw coming up here. And Cavill makes it, and it's 15-9. Falcons by 6. And now here's Stanley. Stanley with the ball. He kicks it out Matthews. Now it's Chavez. Quick move to the left. Tries to get a reverse scoop, and he scores with Cavill the closest defender to it. 15-11. Chavez with 4 points now. Long gives it to Olson, and now Eisenhower. Eisenhower going to go to Cavill. Now Olson. Heading to his left, coming in. And he tried to get it to Eisenhower, but it got tipped in traffic and then picked off by Bearlocker. And now here is Stanley going up in transition. No good. Good defense there by Cavill. And here comes Wooten in the front court. Olson dropped the pass, but it went right to Eisenhower, who got an open look for 3, and he got it to go in. Again, exactly as the Falcons drew that up. And now here is Matthews with it. They go inside, and the layup up and no good there for Kitchen, but he is fouled. For what it's worth, Wooten's going to get the assist there on the three-pointer, not Olson for having that go off his hands. Foul this time going on Long. That's his second, team's 5th. And now prompt a timeout on the floor with 11:14 to play first half, under 12 minutes to go till halftime. Falcons lead 18-11 over the Saints of St. Martin's. 2 free throws coming up for St. Martin's when we come out of the timeout. Well, ready to continue on here following the under 12-minute timeout. 2 free throws for Jordan Kitchen coming up here for the Saints. Kitchen, a 6'7" junior from Seattle and Seattle Prep. First free throw up and good for him, so he's got 3 points now. Kitchen on the year, just 31 of 53 from the free throw line. Good for 58.5%. Does make both free throws here, though. And that makes it 18-13 with 11:14 to play in half number 1. Cavill gives it back to Wooten here, and Wooten's going to come in. He's going to hand it off to Eisenhower. Eisenhower back to Cavill. Cavill giving it to Colosimo, to Stroifert, to Lazat. Lazat thought about taking a shot, didn't want to do it. Bounces to Long, comes in, no good. Ball being batted around in the air several times, and it eventually gets into the hands of Matthews. He hands it off to Chavez, and now the Saints will take their time in the half court. And Matthews will kick it out. Matthews to Kitchen, to Boyce, and they work it around the perimeter again, and the three-pointer up and no good for Bear Locker. The assist would have gone to Matthews there. Now here comes Colosimo throwing it up as the Falcons try to go full speed ahead in transition, and we get a foul here as Standley gets ready to come back in the game on the St. Martin side, and we get a foul here on Bear Locker, and that's going to be his second, team 7th. Bonus situation for the Falcons, although this will actually be a 2-shot foul because it was in the act of shooting, and now Colosimo makes the first free throw. And Bear Locker with the 2 fouls will be the one that comes out of the game. Standley comes in for him. Second shot coming up, and it's up and it's good for Colosimo, 20-13 now. Inbounds here going to Standley. Standley, left side against Lazat, now heading back to the Mills. Passes short left to Boyce. Boyce driving right, kicks it out to the corner. Bounce here, back to Standley. From Kitchen, and now it's going to be Boyce again, top of the circle. Short handoff, driving right is Matthews. Whistle here, and we're going to get a foul. Non-shooting foul here on Stroifer, and that's the second, and that's just the 6th on the Falcons. So the Saints will inbound the ball here from the baseline with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Olsen checks in for the Falcons now. He comes in for Stroifert. And now here comes the inbounds from the baseline with 10:04 left till halftime. Gets into the hands of Kitchen. Hands it off. This is Standley with it, directing traffic. Comes in to the left. And now he gives it to Chavez. Chavez heads to the right, and he shoots from the left side of the paint, and he scores. And it is 20-15. So the Saints within 5. Here's Lazat. Driving right, free throw line shot. Off the back rim and out. Rebound into the hands of Standley. Standley, front court. And he kicks it out, Boyce for 3, and that's good. So E.J. Boyce drains it from deep, and the 6'1" junior from Boise makes it a 2-point game. Boyce on the scoreboard for the first time in this contest with that three-pointer. Now Colosimo calls timeout for the Falcons. 30-second timeout for them as he kind of slams the ball down on the floor in frustration. 9:23 left first half. Score is 20-18. Falcons ahead of the Saints, and we'll be back in a moment. Inbounds pass coming up here with 9:23 left first half. Lazat with it, and he gives it to Olsen, and then it gets back to Lazat. Falcons up by 2. Cavill to Colosimo. Didn't want to take a shot, goes to Cavill, posts up, turn around, no, and the rebound gets into the hands of Matthews. Now Boyce with it. Boyce right side, gives it into the corner. And now this is going to be Matthews. Matthews coming in against Wooten. Posts up, turn around left hand. No, rims out, rebound Cabell. Here comes Olsen now. Olsen with the ball. Heading to the right a little bit. Now he gives it over to Cabell. Cabell kicks it out, and it's going to be stolen away by Kitchen, and Kitchen is gone. And there's the two-hand slam against Olsen. And he just hangs up on the rim and stays a while a little bit afterwards. And Kitchen's got 6 points. Must be a nice view from up there. And now here's Olsen. Olsen heading to the right. Finds Colosimo. Three-pointer. Good. Nothing but net. Colosimo now with 7 points here in this first half. And the Falcons up 23-20. Kitchen with it. Passes left to Chavez. And now this is Boyce. Boyce in the corner against Lizotte. He goes to Stanley. Now he goes to the right to Kitchen. And now with 15 to shoot. This is Chavez. Chavez to Matthews, top of the circle. Stanley with 8 and 7 now. Coming in with 5, dribbling left hand, 4, and he makes it off the glass and in with 3 on the shot clock. 23-22. Colosimo hands it off. Lizotte going to Wooten now. Wooten's got to find somebody. They tried to poke it free, and now it's Chavez who does after Kitchen couldn't. And Chavez gets the finger roll to go in, and the Saints lead it by 1. 24-23. Here's Colosimo with it. Colosimo against Boyce. Directing traffic. Crossing over, coming in, lost control, and they call 1 and 1 and a foul here on the Saints. The 8th of the half on them, and the second on Kitchen. So a timeout on the floor, and 1 and 1 coming up here for the Falcons from the free throw line when we come out of the timeout. 7:08 to play first half. Score is 24-23 Saints. And following the under 8-minute timeout, we get a 1-and-1 chance here for Gabe Colosimo. 7:08 to play, first half, 24-23 in favor of St. Martin's. And Colosimo hits his first free throw, so he gets another. Colosimo entered this game 14 of 18 from the free throw line this year, 77.8%. That's what that rounds to. And the second free throw up and good for him. So the Falcons back in the lead. 25-24. Colosimo is 9 points. Here's Chavez. Front court. And now this is going to be Stanley, who then gives it to Chavez. Three-pointer on the way, and it's good. So Chavez now with 11 to lead the Saints, and that puts them up 2. 27-25, St. Martin's. Olsen with the ball. Whistle here, and another foul. That'll be number 9 on the Saints in this half. And it's going to be the first on Stanley. So Olsen to the line. 1-and-1 for him. Olsen, a 28 of 36 free throw shooter this year, good for 77.8%. And he just made his first free throw for the Falcons to make it 27-26. Second free throw coming up here, and that's going to be good. 27-27, 6 minutes 44 left to play in half number one. Stanley with the ball. Coming in, kicks out, open look for three, and it's no good for Chavez, and the rebound is going to be caught by Wooten as he climbs up to get it. Here is Colosimo, crosses over, dribbling left hand, going up high off the glass, off the rim, no. And the rebound gets into the hands of Cameron Chatwin in the game for the first time for the Saints. Chatwin, a 6'9" sophomore from Gilbert, Arizona. And now heading to the right and going up and getting the finger roll there is Henderson. Tavian Henderson back in the game for the Saints. Makes it a 29-27 lead for St. Martin's. And now this is Wooten with it after getting it from Olsen, and he hands it off Colosimo. Colosimo kicks out. Wooten going for three, and it's no good. That would have given the Falcons the lead. Rebound going to Boyce. Boyce front court. Boyce heading left. Stops, and he's going to kick it out. Chavez. 16 to shoot. Hands it off. This is Boyce. Boyce coming in. Hands it off. And tripping and falling there was Stanley, it looked like. And a foul here going on Olsen, and that's his first. Team 7th, so 1-and-1 time coming up here for St. Martin's. And off to the foul line here goes Stanley. Stanley just a 21 of 32 shooter this year, 65.6%. Does make the first shot here though. And he gets another shot. 30-27, Saints lead. 5:29 left first half. Misses the second free throw, and here's Wooten with the rebound. Gives it to Colosimo. Colosimo is going to pass it left. Now Wooten. Eisenhower. Colosimo heading to the left. Finds Wooten going for three, and it's short. Ball out of bounds. Untouched. Saints have it. With 5:07 to play first half. The inbound here goes to B.J. Stanley. Stanley goes back to the middle, and it's Chatwin who tries the three, but it's short. Now here comes Colosimo. Over to Cavill. Cavill goes through the middle, and he lays it in with the left hand. So Colosimo starts the break with the rebound, and then the Falcons get within one off the layup by Cavill. And now here comes a three for Boyce, and that's in and out. Rebound going to nobody, and we get a foul here underneath. Let's see who the call's going to be on. It's going to be on the Falcons, it looks like. It's going to go on Wooten, and that's his second, team's 8th. Still 4:35 left first half as both teams approach the double bonus threshold. Saints with 9 fouls, Falcons with 8. Chatwin will go to the line here. And Chatwin makes the first free throw, and he'll get one more. Chatwin, not a big sample size from the free throw line this year. Just 3 of 6 overall. Chatwin, as it is, just averaging 6.3 minutes per game. He does make the second free throw, though, and now that puts the Saints up 3, 32-29. Inbounds here going to Colosimo. Nathan Stroyford in for the Falcons. He checks in for Coleman Wooten, who's out of the game with 2 fouls right now. Jared Matthews in for Chatwin on the St. Martin side. Eisenhower for 3, and that's no good. And the rebound gets into the hands of Henderson. Here's Chavez. Chavez hands it off to Henderson, and now they go left corner to Boyce, who heads right and into the paint. Left-hand shot, no, it's wide left. Rebound, still loose, out of bounds. Last touch off the Falcons with 4:06 to play till half. Fresh 30 seconds coming up for the Saints. Inbounds here. And they bounce it inside, layup no good, another layup no good, as Matthews botches a couple easy chances inside, and here come the Falcons. The rebound there went to Long, and now inside. Streufert can't make it. Long trying to tap it in. He can't. Loose ball, though, gets back to Colosimo somehow. Colosimo. Top of the arc. Now he goes to Cavill, who then hit it off Henderson's foot on the pass. So the Falcons will keep it with 22 seconds to shoot. They'll inbound the ball, but first we'll have an under 4-minute timeout. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to play first half. 32-29, Saints in the lead over the Falcons. So 3 minutes, 40 seconds to play in the first half. Falcons will inbound as Long gives it over to Colosimo, and now it's Streufert. And now it's Eisenhower going for the tie, and he hit it! Eisenhower from downtown. He has 6 points, and he has tied this game at 32. And now inside, and Matthews botched the handoff from Henderson, and here comes Long, who then hands it off to Colosimo. And now Eisenhower. Eisenhower, another three, and it's in and out. Rebound this time going to Henderson, and now here is Standley. That wasn't quite from the same spot that Eisenhower hit his three-pointer a couple minutes ago, but close. Chavez heading to the left, dribbling with the left hand. Now he lays it up and in with the right hand as he gets away from Cavill. So 34-32, Saints ahead. Eisenhower with it, right side against Chavez, heading left around the pick by Streufert, and now it's going to be Cavill to Long, who tries to maneuver and post inside, going to the left, and the ball gets stripped out of his hands, but not cleanly. Foul that time going on Boyce, his first, team's 10th. 2 shots coming up here for Long. So even if it wasn't quite in the act of shooting, it's a double bonus situation here for Gavin Long, who will head to the free throw line for the first time in this game. It's been a competitive game so far. Falcons' largest lead has been 7 points. Saints' largest lead has been 3. First free throw up and good for Long. So this game's always been in single digits. As we see Chatwin come in for the Saints, along with Caden Smith in for the first time. Smith, a 6'3" freshman from Pendleton, Oregon. And now Wooten checks in for Streufert on the Falcons side, and I think Braden Olson's going to come in the game at some point as well. And the second free throw up and good for Long. 34-34, we're tied. Olson's going to check in here for Long after he does his job from the free throw line. And now, here comes the inbounds, and Standley got it for the Saints. Standley coming in, has some space. He can't get the layup, though, against Wooten. And here comes Olson over to Eisenhower. Falcons trying to speed it up here in the half court. Heading to the left is Colosimo. Now he goes around the hoop, circles back, pass is tipped, but Eisenhower gets it back over to Cavill for 3, no good. It was almost a steal there for Caden Smith, but the Falcons couldn't take advantage of that good fortune and hit the 3. And now here is Chavez, shoots the deep 2, no good. Rebound to Cavill. Here comes Olson in transition, almost got poked free by Chavez, and now Olson will slow it down. Olsen hands it off Eisenhower. Now it's going to be Wooten. Posts up, turn around right hand, no good. And the rebound gets in the hands of Chatwin. Here now is Chavez. Chavez front court, directing traffic, slowing it down temporarily. Now he's going to come in and he's going to hand it off. And Stanley gave it there to Smith, and Smith passes, and spinning around is Henderson, and he scores. Henderson creeps into the paint and puts the Saints back in the lead there with that turnaround shot, and it's 36-34. Colosimo is going to find Cabell. Goes inside, Wooten layup up and good, and the foul. Falcons have tied it, and they got a chance to get the lead here with 1:06 left till half. Foul this time going on Long, or beg pardon, not Long, but Chatwin, and that's his first. So one free throw coming up here for Wooten, who's on the scoreboard for the first time tonight with that layup. And Wooten is going to miss the free throw off the back iron, and the rebound going to Smith. Or beg pardon, to Chavez. Timeout. 24, not 4. Timeout called by St. Martin's. So that's their use it or lose it timeout here in the first half. You can't take anything more than 3 timeouts with you to the second half. We have 1:02 left until halftime. Score is 36-36. Tie game. St. Martin's has the ball when we come back. Following the brief reprieve, 1:02 left, and getting the inbounds here is Chavez in a tie game, 36-36. This is either the last possession or the second to last possession of the half probably for the Saints as Henderson misses the layup and Wooten gets the rebound. Here come the Falcons. Olsen coming in quickly, scoops, can't score. And the rebound got in the hands of Chatwin, and he got fouled from behind with 41.9 to go in the first half. Foul that time on Cabell, and that's his first. Team's 9th, so it's just a 1-and-1 situation here as Chatwin got fouled from behind. And now Chatwin. Goes up, misses it short. He left it way short. And now here is Colosimo. So now Colosimo biding his time. About a 10-11 second differential here between the shot clock and the game clock. Colosimo is going to bounce it here to Wooten. Now Colosimo to Wooten, fakes the 3, comes in, high dribble, shoots with the right hand, not even close. Ball out of bounds. Last touch off the Saints. Of course, that didn't hit the rim, and we have only 3 seconds to go on the shot clock here. One of the referees made the 30-second shot clock violation sign, but that's not what's going on here. And now here is Olsen with it. Goes to Cabell, goes up, no good. Rebound tapped, and gets into the hands of Chatwin. Less than 10 seconds to go in the half. Chavez with it, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2. Chavez has got to get it away. He does, and he hit it! He called bank, and he hit it for 2. Chavez beat. The teams will go in, talk it over, and make their adjustments for the second half. We'll take about a 12-13 minute timeout in our coverage, and then when we come back, we'll have some SPU sports news as well as some first half stats as we get set for the second half between the Falcons and the Saints. So we'll see you in about 12 minutes here on this SPU live stream. All right, very welcome back to you, everybody. Very good evening to you. If we haven't talked yet, Tom Giulianella with you. Getting set to start the second half between Seattle Pacific and St. Martin's. The SPU men trailing by 2, 36-38 right now after Luke Chavez hit a jump shot off the backboard at the buzzer for the Saints to put them in the lead at halftime. Let's take a look at some other SPU sports news while we have a moment. Jordan McPhee scored 26 points on Saturday to lead SPU to his 74-63 women's basketball victory at Simon Fraser. The Falcons play at home on Thursday night at 7:30 versus Alaska Fairbanks as the nightcap of a basketball doubleheader with the men. The SPU Gymnasts opened their 2018 campaign at home on Friday and finished second to UC Davis. The Falcons posted their highest season opening total since 2006 with a score of 191.325. After a quad meet this Friday at Boise State, the gymnastics team returns to Brome Pavilion to host Lindenwood and Wisconsin Eau Claire on January the 26th at 7 p.m. And finally, the SPU men's basketball team concludes their current 4-game homestand on Thursday night against Montana State Billings. Tip-off is at 5:15 to open a doubleheader with the women, so make plans now to attend the SPU basketball doubleheader Thursday night starting at 5:15 right here in Brome Pavilion. And taking a look at some stats here going into the second half, leading scorers. The Falcons' Gabe Colosimo has 9. Right behind him, Gavin Long, Eric Cavill, Hunter Eisenhower with 6. For the Saints, you have Chavez leading the way with 15. He's the only double-digit scorer out there on the floor currently for either side. Kitchen behind him with 6, and Bear Locker has 5. Falcons shooting just 9 of 27 from the field, 33.3%. St. Martin's 14 of 35, good for 40%. Falcons 3 of 9 from three-point land. Saints 3 of 10. Falcons 15 of 17 from the free throw line. That's a positive. Much better than where they were on Saturday after losing a close game to Western Oregon, where they were struggling to stay above 50% from the charity stripe in that one after getting a lot of opportunities. Saints 7 of 9. And rebounding, Falcons and Saints just about even. Saints have 21, Falcons with 20. And these Falcons have had more time with the lead than the Saints have. 11 minutes, 48 seconds for the Falcons compared to 3 minutes, 42 for the Saints. But the Saints are the ones that have the lead right now over the Falcons as we get set to get it going again here. The Saints getting the inbounds first as they had the arrow in their favor to start the second half. They're in the black jerseys going from left to right on your screen. Falcons in the white, they'll go from right to left. Three-pointer on the way, no good for Chavez. It rims out, and saving it is Bear Locker. On the floor right now for the Saints as we see the layup. Blocking foul is the call as Kitchen scores, and Long gets hit and goes down to the floor with 19:34 to play in the second half. So Kitchen scores. Now they'll make it 40-36 as the foul goes on Long. That will be his first, or that will be the team's first, and that will be Long's third. So Kitchen to the line, he shoots one. And the free throw on the way, and it is no good off the front iron. Rebound to Long. Back the other way we go, Colosimo. Colosimo with the ball, front court. Colosimo. Over to Lazat, top of the circle, and he gives it to Stroifert to Lazat. Lazat passes right side, three-pointer up, Colosimo. It's going to rim in somehow. Somehow, some way, that ball just decided, yeah, sure, I'll go in. And Colosimo has 12. Chavez kicks it out to the corner. Three-pointer up, no good for Boyce. And a loose ball. It's going to be a foul called on the Saints. Foul on Kitchen that's his third, team's first. And now it's Henderson who comes in for Kitchen, who sits out with foul trouble. For the Falcons right now on the floor, you have Wooten, Colosimo, Lizotte, Stroyford, and Long. And for the Saints, you have Henderson, Boyce. There's Colosimo against Boyce, and he scores. Bear Locker, excuse me. You have Dolan in the game. And now Chavez, the reverse, no good. Rebound to Wooten. In transition, bounces to Long. He fakes. Kick out, tipped, but Chavez couldn't get the steal. Wooten gets it back for the Falcons. Here's Colosimo. Colosimo with 15. Going to Long. Long into the corner. Kicks out. Lizotte going for three. It's too long. Rebound tipped and into the hands of Stroyford. It's Colosimo now. Stroyford to Colosimo, 23 to shoot. And now it's Stroyford to Colosimo, 16 to shoot. He comes in, right hand. It's no good. In and out. And the rebound to Henderson. This is Chavez now against Colosimo, and now he passes to the right. Dolan to Bear Locker, and now it's going to be Dolan. And it's Chavez, and then he kicks out, three-pointer up and good for Boyce. So that puts the Saints back in the lead, 43-41. After Colosimo had put the Falcons ahead just a moment or so ago with his three-pointer. And that pass dropped by Stroyford after it was broken up in traffic, and Henderson gets the steal off the Wooten pass. Here is Chavez. Tries to go inside. It's too far for Henderson. It's picked off by Lizotte. Here's Lizotte, top of the circle. Stroyford, Colosimo, and now here is Lizotte. Jump step, throws it up, right hand, and good. Akil Lizotte puts it in. We're tied, 43 all. Lizotte has 5. Chavez with it, front court. Kicks it out. Bear Locker to Boyce. Hands it off to Henderson. Swings it left. Almost a fumble there by Chavez. And now here's Boyce. Back to Chavez. Throws it up for three. And that's going to rim out off the back. And the loose ball picked up by Henderson. Three-pointer on the way this time. Up and good. It's Boyce who hits it from deep. 46-43 Saints. They lead it with 16:05 left in the second half. And now here is Colosimo. Stroyford blocked from behind, and then it's scooped up by Chavez. And then the ball lost in the corner, and now Colosimo gets the steal. So now, here come the Falcons. And it's Colosimo. Gives it to Lizotte. And now it's Stroyford posting up. Just throws it up, and he walked. So 15:34 left second half. Timeout on the floor. Score is 46-33. Falcons, 46-43. Falcons trailing by 3. St. Martin's ball, and we'll be back in a moment. All right, back here with 15:34 left in the second half. Saints will inbound here following the traveling call on Nathan Streufert in the under 16-minute timeout. Henderson delivering to Chavez. Bounces to Bear-Locker, and now it's Chavez, and they work it to Bear-Locker. Posts up, turn around, no good, and we get a foul. It's actually Dahlin, who got the ball. 5, not 15. And now we get a foul here on the Falcons. It's going to be on Streufert, and that's his third. Team second. Now Dahlin will go to the line. Dahlin will shoot 2. And the first shot on the way is going to rim out. Dahlin 28 of 47 from the free throw line this year, 59.6%. Going into this game, second free throw short, and the rebound gets into the hands of Eisenhower. Back the other way we go. And now this is going to be Olsen with the ball to Cabell. Coleman Wooten now to Olsen. That one's stolen away. And here comes the two-hand slam dunk in transition by Henderson. So Henderson scores off the steal by Dahlin. It started the transition opportunity for the Saints, and it's 48-43. Wooten over there to Cabell, and now it's going to be Eisenhower who hands it to Olsen. Olsen right corner. Kicks it out Eisenhower, 9 to shoot. Eisenhower bounces inside, and now we get a foul here as Cabell got harassed inside a little bit. It's going to go on Bear-Locker, and that's his third. Team second. And now it looks like Colosimo is in the game for the Falcons. A lot of substitutions. We'll get them straightened out for you. Colosimo is in for Streufert for the Falcons, and for the Saints you have Matthews, Stanley in for Dahlin and Bear-Locker. And here comes Colosimo. Can't make it. And the rebound loose, bouncing around, gets into the hands of Chavez. Chavez. Right side, coming in. Kicks it out. Or no, it gets into the hands of Matthews now, and he can't make the layup, and the rebound going to Wooten. Here comes Colosimo. Colosimo with the ball. Whistle here. And it looks like it's going to be a foul on the Saints.
Saints foul, number 21, Tavian Henderson.
Foul that time going on Tavian Henderson, his second, team's third. And the inbounds here. Olsen going to Colosimo. Colosimo, and that pass picked off. Intended for Wooten, and it got into the hands of Matthews instead. Now here is Boyce. Throws it up from deep, no good. Rebound tipped, back to Stanley. He tries for 3, no good, and Wooten gets the rebound for the Falcons. Back the other way with the Falcons, down by 5. Olsen with the ball, hands it to Cabell. Cabell coming in, goes up right hand, scores. Harry Cabell scores, and that makes it 8 points for him and a 3-point game on the scoreboard. 48-45. Stanley with it. Bounces to Chavez. Chavez coming in, left hand, in, off the glass. 50-45. The Saints of St. Martin's leading by 5 over the Falcons. Colosimo bounces toward Eisenhower, and then it's picked off. Chavez takes it, and here comes the 3 for Boyce. It's in and out. Rebound Olsen. Back the other way. Olsen coming in, spins around, tried to get inside to Cabell, and it's picked off. Stanley with it. Both of these teams not very efficient on the offensive end. Neither team right now shooting above 40%. And there's the slam dunk this time for Henderson, and the assist there will go to Matthews. So a good possession there for the Saints, and I think Colosimo is going to run toward the sideline, call a timeout. Falcons have 2 left, 12:20 left second half, and they trail by 7, 52-45. We'll pause for just a moment. So following the Falcon timeout, 12 minutes, 20 seconds left in the second half. Score is 52-45 in favor of St. Martin's. And now here's Olson. Over to Long, and now Cavill. Right hand, up and good, in the foul. Cavill hits it. That gets the Falcons within 5, and that gets Cavill into double digits with 10. Foul this time going on Chavez, his second, team's 4th. And Cavill will go to the line. He shoots 1. Cavill trying to get the Falcons within 4. And Cavill is going to hit the free throw, and it's 52-48. Falcons still shooting much better from the free throw line tonight. Now 16 of 28 from the charity stripe. When they lost to Western Oregon on Saturday, they were just 23 of 36 from the charity stripe. Might have cost him a chance to win the game, as Olson fouls Standley going up on the right-hand turnaround from the paint with 11:59 left. So Olson called for the foul, his second, team's 3rd, another timeout, less than 12 minutes to play, 11:59 to be exact. 2 free throws coming up for the Saints when we come out of the timeout. 52-48 score right now in favor of St. Martin's, and we'll be back. All right, 2 shots coming up here for St. Martin's. 11:59 left second half. First free throw up and good for Standley. So he's got 4, and that makes it 53-48. Second free throw up and good, makes it 54-48. St. Martin's up by 6. Pretty much led for almost the whole second half. The only time the Falcons have had a lead in the second half was when Colosimo hit his three-pointer a couple minutes ago. Lizotte tries one from deep here, and that's not even close. Wooten tries for the putback, and he can't get it to go into the cylinder, and he's hacked from behind. And that's 5 fouls already here in the second half on St. Martin's. Second on Boyce, and Wooten will go to the line. He shoots 2. So Coleman Wooten, just 2 points for him so far. First shot on the way and good. 54-49. And now, coming out of the game is Matthews. Coming in is Dolan. As Wooten makes the second free throw, 54-50 in favor of the Saints. And now here is Standley. Bounces here to Chavez. Chavez, top of the circle, shoots the 3, and it is no good. Olsen the rebound. Olsen, front court. Olsen coming in. He's going to stop, and now he's going to pass it to Long. Long. He's going to give it to Olsen. Olsen, top of the circle. Comes in, right hand, blocked away. Nice job with the left hand there by Dolan. And now in transition. Laying it up, no good. It was Standley, but Dolan is there for the putback, and that makes it 56-50. Saints by 6. And now Long with it. Cavill, Lizotte. And now Long to Olsen for 3, and it's no good. And the ball's going to go out of bounds untouched. Saints have it with 10:42 to play. And now Tavian Henderson will inbound. Looks like the Falcons will get a couple substitutions in the game. Olsen out, Wooten out, Stroyford and Colosimo in. And now here comes the inbounds. Henderson hands it off to Standley. Standley front court. He's going to give it to Dolan, and now left side it goes. And they go inside, and the layup no good. The assist would have gone to Chavez, but Dolan gets his own rebound back. And now the Saints continue to work on offense, and Standley is fouled as he tries to drive and slash in to the left. Foul here going on Cavill, and that's his second, team's fourth. And possession now going to St. Martin's. Inbounds. Coming up here, Standley bounces to Henderson to Standley. And now this is Standley coming in. Going to Henderson. Kicks out, three-pointer, Chavez, no good off the back. Rebound to Colosimo. Colosimo coming in, going up, left hand. Oh, he somehow made it. What a job by Colosimo there to will that one in. He's got 16. And that's not the first halfway miracle shot he's made tonight. He's made about 3 of them. 2 of them have been layups. 1 of them was a three-pointer. Dolan posting up now against Stroyford. Kicks out, and Cavill almost had the steal. And I think this is going to be a foul on the Saints. Yep, it is on the Saints. That's going to go on Chavez, and that's his third, team 6th. As Bear Locker comes in for Chavez. Coleman Wooten in for the Falcons. Coleman Wooten checking in for Long on the Falcons side. Bear Locker in for Chavez on the Saints side. That's been confirmed at the scorer's table. And that pass was off the mark and out of bounds, intended for Cavill. Stroyford and him not on the same page there. 9:28 to play, second half. Inbounds pass coming up. Again, both teams still shooting below 40% in this game. St. Martin's 21 of 54, 38.9% is what they have. Falcons 15 of 40 as they get a steal here, 37.5%. Lizotte has that poke free from him, but Cavill gets it back. And now here's Lizotte. Stroyford gets the touch pass. Can't make the layup. It was blocked inside, and now Bear Locker gets the loose ball for the for the Saints. Excuse me. Henderson with it. Giving it to Bearlocker. Bearlocker right side. And he goes to Dolan, and now this is Standley with 6 seconds. Kicks out into the corner, and shooting the mid-range two is Henderson. It's no good, and rebound to Colosimo. Back the other way we go. Colosimo with the ball. Goes to Cavill. And now it's Lazat. Pivots in every direction. Shoots no good from mid-range. Out of bounds. Last touch off the Falcons. Still down by 4 with 8:16 to go. Inbounds coming up. And it gets to Standley. Standley with it against Colosimo. And he gets it back from Bearlocker, and now Henderson to Bearlocker for 3, and it went in. He thought it was going to be short, and he was coming in for the rebound, but Bearlocker made it nothing but net. He's got 8, and the Saints are up 7. Colosimo with it, 7:46 to play. Falcons have got to get hot offensively. Whichever team gets hot and goes on a streak on the offensive end is going to win this game. Wooten comes into the left, throws it up, can't make it. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. 2 shots. And that will lead to an under 8-minute timeout as well with 7:32 to play. Foul that time going on Bearlocker, is 4th, team 7th. Normally would be a 1-and-1 situation, but this will be a shooting foul, so 2 shots coming up for Coleman Wooten. And we'll take a timeout and come back in just a moment.
At the line for 2 shots.
Coleman Wooten at the line. He shoots 2. 7:32 to play. 59-52 Saints. First free throw up and good for Wooten. So 59-53. Wooten with 5. Trying to get the Falcons within 5 here, and he makes it. And Wooten has 6. And it's 59-54 with 7:30 to play. Like I said just a moment ago, whichever team gets hot offensively or whichever team has the better offensive streak at the end of this game, that's the team that's going to win. At least that's what it feels like. Neither team has really busted loose and hit a bunch of shots in a row. Get a foul here on Cavill. That's his 3rd, team's 5th. This half, Saints with 7. A lot of fouls have been called in this game as Boyce has it. Now this is Standley, passes left. And coming in, almost losing the ball, is Chavez. Is able to get inside to Dolan, but he gets poked free and then stolen away. Cavill poked it free. Colosimo stole it, almost threw it to Dolan, but Wooten gets it. Now into the corner, it's long for 3, and he hit it. Falcons with a great transition there, and they get within 2 with 6:54 to go. About to say there's been a lot of fouls called in this game. Falcons with 14 fouls total through the 2 halves. Saints with 18, 32 in all. And they take back the three-pointer on the other end with Boyce. And that makes it a 5-point game again. Tough break for the Falcons. Let's see if SPU can wake up a little bit offensively here and see if that three-pointer was just the start of it. This is Long. Gonna kick it out to Cavill to Colosimo. 10 to shoot. Now it's Wooten, fakes. 7 comes in. Defender gets knocked over, and it's an offensive foul. Defender got knocked over outside the restricted area as Wooten is called for the foul, his third. Saints have the ball, 6:14 to go. Here's Stanley. Stanley with it. Coming in, bounces inside and then saved over to Chavez by Henderson. And now it's a three-point attempt and up and good for Stanley. And that makes it an 8-point game as Stanley, coincidentally enough, has 8 for the Saints. So 65-57, Falcons with work to do. Cavill. Colosimo. And now he goes to the right side and then going up long, and he can't get a shot off, and that pass gets into the hands of Stanley, and now Henderson in transition gets knocked over hard as he attempts the shot. And that will be a foul here on Colosimo, and that will be the 7th on the Falcons, first on Colosimo overall. That shot did not go in for Henderson, so he has to shoot 2. 5:25 left. First shot no good off the front. Stroyford in the game. He checks in for Eisenhower. Second free throw coming. Now Henderson. It's going to go up and no good. The rebound gets into the hands of Wooten. Back the other way now. 5:20 left in this second half. 65-57. Falcons trying to hang in there. Down 8. They've come back before in games. We've seen it against Western Oregon. We've seen it against Simon Fraser. Can they do it again here tonight against the Saints of St. Martin's? We saw Wooten hit a 3 there at least. He's got 9. And it's 65-60. Chavez over to Stanley. Hands it off. Anderson lost the ball out of bounds. Untouched apparently. Cavill did not get a fingertip on it. And the Falcons will get it back here, trying to get within 3 or 2. Here is Colosimo. Bounces to Long. Long going to the right. And a foul here as that ball was poked away. That'll be number 8 on the Saints, so 1 and 1 coming up here for Long. And the foul here going on Boyce, and that's his third. So Gavin Long will go to the line, and he will shoot 1 and 1. Falcons need 2 shots here to go in to get within a possession. Still a lot of time left, 4:31. Free throw, no good, it's short, rebound, tipped almost in by Cavill, but it gets back to Colosimo. And now Colosimo left corner. Colosimo to Long, and now it's going to be Stroyford inside, and he scores with the left hand. Off the glass, 65-62, 4:12 to go. Stanley. Dolan. And now they give it to Chavez, and then Dolan, and then Stanley. Back to Chavez. 9 to shoot. Crosses over. Turnaround against Cavill. In! Chavez with 19. He's made some big shots tonight for the Saints. And now here is Long going up. Difficult shot, and he was fouled on the way up with 3:37 to go. And that'll lead to an under 4-minute timeout. 2 shots coming up for Long from the free throw line. He needs both to get the Falcons within 3. Foul that time going on Dolan, his 3rd. Team's 9th. Timeout. 3:37 to go. 67-62 Saints. Well, ready for free throw time here. Gavin Long to the line for 2 for the Falcons. He is 2 of 3 from the charity stripe tonight. And the first shot on the way is good. And make it 3 of 4 for Mr. Long, and he's got 10 points. 1 of 3 Falcons on the floor right now with 10 or more. Long has 10, Cavill 11, Colosimo 16. Second free throw in and out here, and the rebound going to Boyce. 4-point game. Stanley with 3.5 minutes to play, giving it to Dolan. And now he gives it to Chavez against Cavill. Stanley coming in. And Henderson got it to Boyce. And now with 7 to shoot. Near half court is Chavez. 5 seconds against Cavill. Gets away from him. Shoots from the free throw line. Good! Chavez with 21 to lead everybody out on the floor right now. And Chavez is now 10 of 18 from the field for the Saints. Difference in the game right now as Long hits Cavill on kind of an alley-oop type of attempt. Long hits Cavill for the touchdown, basically, and Cavill got hacked from behind. What a big play that could be for the Falcons. As Chavez is called for the foul, and that's his 4th, and if Chavez had to leave this game, that would be a huge loss for the Saints on the offensive end with 2:53 to go. Cavill hits the free throw, and for now, with such little time left, 2:50 left in regular time, Chavez is going to stay in with the 4 fouls. He has the ball right now, and he gives it to Stanley. Back to Chavez. By the way, that's 10 fouls now on the Saints, so the rest of the way, the Falcons in the double bonus as Cavill kind of shoves Chavez there. That'll be number 8 on the Falcons in this half, number 4 on Cavill. And now Chavez will go to the line for 1 and 1. And I would think, well, maybe not. Maybe Cavill doesn't automatically leave this game. He's got 14 right now. He only got 2:35 left. There's the first free throw by Chavez, and it's good. Nothing but net for him. So he's got 22. Chavez, that was his first free throw attempted tonight, and he makes the second free throw as well.
Back in the lineup for the Saints, number 15, Brad Erlang.
Their locker in the game now, and Chavez sits out for the Saints. So here's the Falcons' chance right here to maybe go on a run. A last push for them, down by 5. Chavez, the leading scorer of the Saints, out of the game for the time being with 4 fouls. Cavill, they go inside. Long lays it in. He got the pass from Stroiford there, and Stroiford will get the assist. Long as 12. 2:07 to go, and Stanley wants time. So the Saints, 2 timeouts left, Falcons with 2, 2:06 to go. Saints up by 3, and we will return in a moment. All right, following the timeout with 2:05 left, Saints have the ball. Here's Chavez back in the game with the 4 fouls. He knew he wouldn't be out of the game for long. He tries the 3 and he misses. And the rebound going to Stroiford. Just a 3-point game, 1:50 left. Falcons shooting just above 40% right now at 20 of 48, 41.7%. They need a little bit of a spurt here at the end. Cabell almost walked. They need a little bit of a spurt at the end to get this comeback done. Long. Coming in, spins around. Tried to hand it off. They call a tie-up, and the arrow goes to the Falcons. So a small break there, but only 5 seconds left on the shot clock once this ball gets inbounded. And the Falcons are going to talk this over for 30 seconds. They want a timeout. They have just 1 left with 1:28 to go. Falcons trying to stay in that top 3 in the GNAC. They entered this week at 3rd place, tied with Alaska Fairbanks at 5-3. They're behind Western Oregon right now at 7-1 after that tough loss on Saturday night to the Wolves. And they're also behind Western Washington, who's 8-0. Falcons have been very competitive this year, though, in the GNAC so far. And they are hoping they can get it done right here against the Saints. Saints, on the other hand, trying to get to above 500 in the GNAC. 4-4 entering this game, and now here's Colosimo for the tie. He can't get it to go in. With 1 on the shot clock, he got it away, and it was a good shot to take, but he missed it, and Henderson gets the rebound, and now here's Chavez. 1:14 left. Chavez to Dolan. Passes left. And now it gets back to Chavez after he got back from Dolan and Boyce. 9 to shoot. A fake. A 3, open look, and it's good for Boyce. And the Saints lead it by 6 with less than a minute left. And that may be the dagger in the heart for the Falcons. There's Cabell for 3. No good. He needed an answer there. And the loose ball rebound gets to Chavez. Chavez back the other way. They can't poke it free. Falcons need to foul. They do. It's Colosimo who fouls with 36.5 to go. That's 9 on the Falcons. 1-and-1 opportunity here. Foul on Colosimo is second. Eisenhower will check in for the Falcons right now. He comes in for Stroiford. And the Falcons in big, big trouble with 36.5 seconds to play. Free throw time, Chavez. And he made it. That makes it a 3-possession game. Chavez now with 24 points. 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Olsen checks in for Wooten now. Second free throw coming. And this free throw up and good. So it's going to be 76-68. Falcons will roll the ball to save time. There's Colosimo coming in, kicks out. Eisenhower for three. Good. Falcons still a chance with 30.9 to go. Still a chance, but they're going to need a few things to go their way. Namely, they need either turnovers or they need missed free throws. So 30.9 seconds left. Falcons have used their last timeout. Hard to know if that will come in handy at all for them. If this result holds, though, the Saints will go to 12-5 overall in the year, 5-4 in the GNAC, and 5-2 on the road away from Lacey. And the Falcons would go down to 10-6, 5-4 in the GNAC, 4-3 at home. And for SBU, it would be their second loss in a row. They've had to play some competitive games lately. You look at their last 4 GNAC games. You have them winning at Alaska Anchorage, the Falcons, 57-54. You have them winning against Concordia at home, 74-72. They lose at home on Saturday in the final 2 minutes against Western Oregon, 79-83. Now you have tonight's game, 5-point game, very close game. Nobody's been up by double digits in this game. And you have 30.9 seconds left. Falcons must get a takeaway or a foul and miss free throws. There's Boyce, there's the foul. It's on Colosimo. That's his third. Double bonus time coming up here. And Eisenhower will get ready to check back in the game for the Falcons. So each team in the double bonus now. And now Boyce will go to the line for 2 as the Saints try to salt this game away. Boyce is very good from the free throw line, 16-17 this year. Going into this game, makes the first here. And Hunter Eisenhower checking in for SPU. He checks in for Lazat. Second free throw, up and good. 7-point game. Falcons would probably be best suited to just try a 3. Colosimo lets it roll as far as he can. Gives it to Cavill. He'll come in for a 2. Lays it in. 23.3 left. There's the inbounds, and Chavez catches it, and he'll get fouled by Long. So that'll be his 4th. And now you've got to hope Chavez will miss. Chavez also a very good free throw shooter, as we've talked about. Chavez, what a night for him, 25 points. 10-19 shooting, 4-4 from the free throw line. Makes the first here off the front. 6-point game. It's a 2-possession game right now, and he makes it, and now it's a 3-possession game again. 22.6 left to play. Colosimo kicks out, and Olsen wasn't ready, and that probably takes away any last vestiges of hope that the Falcons had here. Chavez with it. Over to Boyce. To Standley. Into the corner to Henderson, and I think the Falcons are just going to let this clock run out. 80-73 will be the final. Saints win. And the Falcons will have to rebound on Thursday when they take on Montana State Billings at 5:15 p.m. here at Royal Brome Pavilion. We'll see you then. Until next time, this is Tom Gionola saying good night here from Seattle.